Hello, this is the video especially for Tom. Hi Tom, but might be useful to other people as well. I'm going to show you some staff work from Xingyiquan, one of the Chinese martial arts that I study. So why do weapons work? Because in a well-designed martial art, like a traditional martial art, the weapons work will be completely integrated with the unarmed work, whether that's grappling, whether that's striking, or ideally both. So in Xingyi, our method of power delivery, we can train with the weapon, and then that the body mechanics that we're learning we can then use either for grappling, close range stuff, or for striking. So I'm going to show you now the 4-foot pole. So there's two basic ways to use a 4-foot pole, and what we're going to do today is double-headed. So the palms are facing in the same way. You can do this with a longer pole, and for I have a scaffolding pole outside that I use for this because weapons training can also be strength training. One of the advantages of this double-headed grip, where I can strike with both ends, bang, bang, is if I'm just moving around like that, you can see that's going to translate very easy into boxing. So this kind of monkey pole grip is a great place to start with weapons training. So in Xingyiquan we have 5-element boxing, five basic techniques that we can practice unarmed or with any weapon, because the body mechanics should be the same or very similar. So it's transferable skills. So our first element is metal, and this is a downward chopping movement. So with our pole, it's there. This hand comes to my hip, the tip comes down past the face, there. Sometimes when I turn, give a little prod and then go back to the technique. Okay, so it can be practiced like this, like you're paddling, or stepping. Okay, so that's the first one, metal, chopping downwards. Second one, water. Same thing, but your circle's going the other way. You're paddling your canoe backwards now. We're done with the step. That's important to get in the habit of fixing that hand to the hip. Okay? So obviously this is basically our uppercut in boxing, in our unarmed technique. Okay? There. So that's water drilling upwards. See how power comes from both hands. Front hand goes up as the back hand comes down. That gives the power. When you're practicing this, don't worry too much about trying to put in lots of force. Do it slowly and smoothly. The smoothness, repeated over and over and over time, over a long time, will end up giving you lots of power, more than if you're just like muscling through and doing 20 of each. Much better to do it gently and do 2,000 of each. The third one is wood, okay, which is a thrust. So hitting with the butt of the weapon and you can do it alternating. So you'll see that that movement is possible because I don't shift my grip. I keep the grip the same. So here, forearm against the belly, there, hand onto the hip. Okay? So that's wood is thrusting forwards. There. Okay, our fourth technique is fire, which is exploding there. So this is the only one where we are allowing the hands to come off the hip. So there's a slight crouching down here because there's compression followed by expansion. So we're expanding up and drawing a diagonal line with the tip of the stick. There. And you'll notice that I'm doing left hand forwards while the right leg is forwards. You can do it the other way, but most of the time it's practiced opposite hand to opposite leg. There. Okay. Upward strike. You also see how there's defense and offense happening at the same time. So this can be used defensively as well as offensively. Okay, so that's cannon or exploding diagonal lines. So our final one, our fifth one, is earth, which is a horizontal line. Okay, very straightforward. There. Okay. So those of you that have done this type of training with me or at summer camp, you might remember this shape where we draw lines. So metal is straight down, water straight up, the vertical line. Wood straight forwards. Fire is up the diagonal angle, and earth is horizontal. Okay, now a typical training sequence for this might be start by just moving the stick around, get your body moving, get as much movement going as possible, do some stretches with the stick, pushing the stick out different directions for stretching. Okay, this type of exercise to warm up. Then 100 of each of the strikes. Then a period of time, set a timer perhaps to do free movement. So you're just alternating freely between those 5 strikes, moving facing different directions. Mix up the footwork. Then you can put the weapon down and just imagine that you've got the weapon and see how, after having practiced with the weapon, those movements become hopefully over a long period of time ingrained in your body as natural and effective ways to do that. So I'll make a different video where we talk about the other way of holding it, which is where the palms are facing different directions and I have a longer striking end. But we'll do that in a different video. So good to see you the other day, Tom. Hello to anyone else that's watching. Enjoy your training, everyone. Bye for now.